Hi, 皆さんお久しぶりです。お元気ですか? My name is Yu Asakura and I'm back here to teach you some more Japanese. Today we're talking about eating, my favorite subject. The title is How to Eat in Japanese Way. Fall, this season, is known to be the best time to enjoy Japanese food. We have a term called 食欲の秋. 食欲 is appetite and aki is fall, this season. Everything is good, vegetables, seafood. So I would like you to go to Japan or maybe Japanese restaurants nearby to enjoy Japanese food right now. So I'll be teaching you some words, phrases to use at a restaurant, or some mannerism that you may need when you go eat out. Alright, so that you can have a very enjoyable experience. Alright, let's get started. The first word I want you to know today is this. Gohan. This is a very crucial word in Japanese eating experience. There are two meanings actually, and the first one is rice. We Asian people eat rice a lot. And the second meaning is meal. Okay? For example, if I am asking you to go to a restaurant with me, I would say ご飯をしましょう, which means let's do gohan. So it translates let's do lunch or dinner. We probably don't say let's do meal, right? So consider this like let's do dinner, let's do lunch. And if I say ご飯をください, please give me ご飯, I probably mean give me some rice. So please remember this popular word has two different meanings, so don't confuse them. So the first thing you will hear when you arrive at a restaurant, you'll hear this. いらっしゃいませ. This means welcome. And they will ask you how many people are in your party. And this is a question. 何名様ですか? 何名様ですか? If you know how to count, I had it in previous lesson. You can say 一人、二人、三人. If you don't know, you can use English number, they will understand. Or just use finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So then they will give you a choice where you would like to sit. And usually a restaurant would have table, counter, and those are the same in Japanese too. Table, counter. And if it's a traditional Japanese restaurant, they might have this, お座敷, which is the tatami mattress and table on it, and you have to sit on tatami. So if you cannot do it, you probably want to avoid that. And they might have some smoking section too. They will ask you, おタバコは? Tobacco. So you can probably choose smoking or no smoking. So you pick your table and you sit down at the table and they will bring the menu to you. If you need English menu, please use this phrase. 英語のメニューはありますか? 英語のメニューはありますか? 英語 is English, menu. ありますか is there. So is there English menu? Okay? And another thing is you have choice of silvers. And if you you're not used to ohashi, you can ask for fork, knife, spoon. So those words are the same in English, so don't worry about it. But chopsticks is called ohashi. And since it's here, I'm going to demonstrate the real way to hold it. I mean, not real way, but proper way. Alright, so since I'm right-handed, I'm using my right hand. And this goes like this. Can you see it? So basically, you are holding the upper stick with these three: thumb, index, and middle finger. And then you are moving this one. And then this third finger is just pressed against the bottom one, so it's steady. So you use it like this, okay? I used to hold it like this, I think. Yeah, and it's hard. So this is the easiest way to hold it. So it's not like this. It's not like this. So yeah, if you have time, please practice. It goes like this. Okay? So how to hold chopsticks. Right. And oh, just one thing. Just because they give you ohashi, you don't have to use it. If not, ask for silvers. And for example, if you are eating like curry or something, you should use spoon or maybe forks. You don't have to use this to eat curry or like spaghetti. It's pasta. You don't use chopsticks for pasta. So it depends on what you are eating. They'll give you proper silver, but no shame on asking for silvers. And one more tip. Japanese servers, they are trained not to bother you. I kind of like that way too. When you're, especially when you are with your friends and family, you have a lot of things to talk about, especially if you're on a date. You don't want to be bothered. So we usually gonna ask for help. You know, we say excuse me, like sumimasen. That's how we do it. But they know how to visit the table, you know, when it's necessary. So hopefully you don't have to sumimasen, but if you need any help, ask for help. They are trained not to come to the table every 5 minutes to check on you, right? So they're not rude. They just don't want to bother you. Let's start ordering. We usually start with drinks too. So let's do that. And here are some popular drinks that you order. Water is omizu. Tea is ocha. If you usually use ocha itself, they serve hot tea. So if you want a cold one, you can say tsumetai ocha. So, tsumetai ocha o kudasai, meaning please give me some cold tea. If you use the word iced tea, they will bring you the iced black tea, not green tea. So that you know. And some of you would like to try some sake. Sake is, of course, Japanese sake. And also, osake term, this word is used for alcohol in general. So I want you to know, when you ask for sake, they might ask you, would you like beer, wine? And because osake can mean just alcohol, and beer is biru, wine is wine. So they're not that different, right? After you order drinks, you start ordering food. And it's hard to cover everything here, so I will just give you a few phrases that you might need. The first one is this. おすすめは何ですか? おすすめは何ですか? Meaning, what are the recommendations? What do you recommend? Yeah? And you can also use this one. 何が美味しいですか? 何が美味しいですか? Meaning, what's good? What do you like here? So you can ask their opinion. They'll probably give you what's the idea of what's popular or what they like. So it's good to know. Okay? And if you have any restrictions, if you cannot eat certain things, you can use this phrase. Something を食べられません. Again, something を食べられません. Meaning, I cannot eat something. If you're a vegetarian, you can use the word お肉, which means meat. If you say お肉を食べられません, and meaning I cannot eat meat. Or if you're allergic to something, let's say a lot of people are allergic to like nuts, right? ナッツを食べられません, meaning I cannot eat nuts. So that's another good phrase to remember when you order food. Okay, so you order, you wait, and the food is here. There are some phrases that we use before and after eating. Before you eat meal, you might see some people do this. Say, いただきます. Say, いただきます. Well, you don't have to do the hand gesture, but I do it probably. So, which is not a prayer, but this means thank you for the food. I will eat now. Okay? いただきます. And after the meal, is this ごちそうさまでした. ごちそうさまでした. Again, hand gestures are not necessary, but ごちそうさまでした is thank you for the meal. Thank you for the meal. So those two phrases are usually for the people who cooked, who prepared, who served. It's not a religious thing, it's a manner thing. So it's good to use these two. Yeah. Okay. And if you wanted to order something, or ask for something, we've done this before. This phrase, something をお願いします. Something お願いします. It means please give me something. Maybe sauce, salt, pepper, another menu, blah blah blah. Just throw whatever in something, and something お願いします. And of course, as during a meal, you want to be polite to the server or the chef, and you can use the word thank you, ありがとう, excuse me, すいません. If you need to apologize, you can use I'm sorry. Okay? I covered these before, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but just to remind you, these are the useful phrases during the meal. When you are eating, you might want to make some comments, maybe to your friends, or maybe to the server if it's good, especially when it's bad, if you want to complain. You want to let the server know how you feel. Okay? So those are some good words to remember. The first word I teach you is delicious, yummy. It is おいしい. おいしい. Yeah? And if it's not delicious, use this. おいしくない. おいしくない. And then if it's disgusting, you can use this word. まずい. まずい. And as you know, Japanese people are more subtle, so I would still use the word おいしくない for something that I don't like, but if it's something that's really, really, maybe something's wrong with the food, you can use this word まずい. Disgusting. All right. Now those are the general term, good or bad. And if it's just specific comments, let's say about temperature. If it's hot, temperature hot, it's 暑い. If it's cold, 冷たい. And it's lukewarm, it's ぬるい. Especially drinks, I don't like lukewarm drinks. So let's say I order tea, and if it's not hot enough, say, this tea, お茶ぬるいです. ぬるいです. So that server can give me a hot one. Okay? And if it's a specific flavor, these are the words. Sweet, 甘い. Spicy, 辛い. If it's bitter, it's 苦い. Yeah? So if you want to use these in a sentence, you can use it like this. If it's a compliment, you can just say, let's use the word おいしい. Yeah. おいしいです. おいしいです. If it's very, very delicious, you can use this word. とてもおいしいです. とてもis emphasizing the word. So, とてもおいしいです. So this is a compliment. And if you want to complain, again, unless something is really, really bad, you want to keep it in a very subtle way so that you don't sound too rude, too harsh, you can use this. Let's use 辛い. Sometimes, things can be too spicy. ちょっと辛いです. ちょっと辛いです. Meaning, it's spicy a little bit. It's spicy a little bit. But you are suggesting that it's a little spicy for my taste. So this is a legit complaint. So, ちょっと辛いです. Okay? So remember these two. It can be compliment or it can be complaint. Yes. And Japanese people complain in a very subtle way. So don't want to be too rude. Right? Let's talk about some mannerism. Well, as I said before, you don't want to be too rude when you complain. You can just suggest it and they'll get it. And also, there are some behaviors I've seen in the past that's kind of, so I'll just give you some examples. Oh, this is a very common one. When you have chopsticks, when you're not using it, you can put it down on the table or on the edge of the dish like this. Or on the table, they usually have this like a little stand. Never ever stick it like this and then let it stand. It's not just rude because that's what you do for dead people. So this is very unlucky thing. So please don't do it. Especially I've seen it. They put the chopsticks in the middle of the rice bowl because it stands. You cannot do that. So please be careful. Right? And another thing is, I know white rice is a very Asian food. I grew up eating white rice. I can just eat rice by itself, but usually with the other dish to mix the flavor. But please try not to pour soy sauce all over the white rice because that's not really how it goes. You can maybe use other dishes like sauce or flavor, but not the soy sauce, okay? And it goes with other things too. And I think this is a general thing. I don't like people putting like spice and sauce all over, especially before tasting it. And if you know, if you probably taste it, then you can add something. But if you are that if you're the chef, if you cook it and if somebody just pours like sauce all over it before tasting it, wouldn't you feel a little, I don't know, be like insulted, you know? So let's not do that. So those are a few examples I've seen in the past. That's something you will learn, you know, in actual experiences, but those are the common ones I've seen. So please be careful. Oh, sorry, another one. When you go eat sushi, the soy sauce here it's a little dipping. I've seen some people let the sushi like get like soaked in the soy sauce dish. That's not very good. Then all you would taste is soy sauce. It's just a little dip. Yeah. So that's all you need to do. Okay. So those are the common mistakes I've seen past. So I would like to finish today's lesson with this little question or discussion. I always wonder, should I clean up the plate or not? I grew up, my parents taught me to finish everything that's on the table, except the dishes, of course. What they said was, those farmers, they picked every grain of rice. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe it was in the past, but they say, so even though this little tiny grain is somebody put an effort to it. So finish it, eat it, be grateful. That's how I learned. So I tend to finish everything on the plate. But I've seen in some other cultures, if you finish everything, people would assume that you didn't have enough. So they kind of just leave a little portion of the food on the plate, and then it's considered polite that way. I can tell you, Japanese culture, you want to clean up the plate. Because first of all, they don't serve much anyway, as you know. They come in a little portion. So you probably want to enjoy everything on it. So, but then again, this is a question from me to you. If your culture is not that way, and if you're eating at a Japanese restaurant in your country, maybe it's different. So I'm just this is my opinion. So, well, we covered the basic of Japanese eating experience, and it was mostly about eating out. If you go to your friend's dinner party, you can still use those words, itadakimasu, gochisou-sama, and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy not just the food, as a whole experience. And I will come back with another topic for the next lesson. If you have any comments, suggestions, if you can follow me on my Twitter right here. You can also see well, I'm an actor, by the way, so you might see my posts as an actor too. So yeah, please, and enjoy Japanese food and eating experience. Then I will see you in my next lesson. Right? See you. Bye. またね。